The more that I work as a young adult, the more I come to the realization that I am not meant to work a 9 to 5. I am not meant to work for somebody else. I am not meant to be at a specific place at a specific time. I'm not a brown noser, and neither are you. Work today, these jobs today are literally modern day slavery. Back in the days, quick little history lesson. African Americans, we as black people in America, we used to be slaves here in the American legal system, the American plantations, and we would have a master. And we would have to do whatever that master told us to do, or else we would be whipped, beaten, tortured, sexually assaulted, whatever would have you, or our loved ones would feel those ramifications. Today, instead of being on a plantation or a slave ship, we are at offices. We are at fast food restaurants. We are in the military. We are, you know, working several different type of jobs at these organizations. But instead of having a master, we call whoever's in charge our boss or supervisor or manager. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for us mentally, physically, spiritually. It damn sure ain't helping us financially. You go to work, you bust your ass day in and day out. And in my experience, that I've learned and found out is the harder that you work at a job, your hard work is rewarded with more hard work because you are responsible, because you've proven yourself to be mature, to be a leader, to be a problem solver, and you're dependent. You're dependable, right? Those coworkers and your boss, your manager, whatever, your supervisor, they know that they can depend on you, so they keep coming to you to do not only your job, but the job of the other irresponsible idiots that surround you at work, and also sometimes even they goddamn job. Though you're not getting paid the salary of a supervisor, manager, assistant manager, none of that, but they want to take advantage of your kindness, your hard work, and your work ethic. In the military, well, in the Air Force, more specific, we get these things called an EPB, or just to sum it up, it's like they rate your work, right, and your value as an airman. And based on that score, you can get a 2, 3, or 4, right? I believe I got a 2, which is just a promote. I believe a 3 is must promote, and a 4 is a promote now. I just did a 9-month deployment in Kuwait. I put out a freaking fire over there. I volunteered. I put on lots of 5K runs. I did a lot, right? I put what I did during Kuwait on my current EPB, and also put down all the things that I did, all the volunteer work and the trainings that I did here at my current duty station in New Mexico. All I got was a promote. Hard work does not pay off. You working hard for another person, another grown man, grown woman, does not get you nowhere in life. These jobs are set up like a freaking modern day plantation. They are not set up to give you a leg up or to help you succeed or to just have you think outside the box. No, they're going to work you to the bone. You're not going to get any reward for your hard work, and you're going to be paid pennies on every dollar that you make. That's it. Okay? These managers, the CEOs, the people who actually own that company, they're making sure that they fill their pockets up. And let's not even get on time. Not only are you getting forced to be somewhere again, because not only are you forced to work somewhere that you genuinely don't like 80% of people actually do not like the job that they are currently working at. Then you got to deal with idiot ass coworkers. You got to deal with an asshole boss, supervisor, manager, assistant manager, whatever, what have you. And then on top of that, they are taking away your time. That is the most precious resource that we have on this earth. You spend $5, you can get that $5 back. But you and I both know, we should know, we cannot go back tomorrow. I can't go back a year from now. I can't go back 2 years from now. I can't go back. We can't go back in time. All we get in this precious earth, all you get on this earth is a few days. Think about it. I mean, really think about this. Let's say, because the average lifespan nowadays is 75, 80 years old for men and women, right? Let's say you make it to 75 years old and then you die. Do you know how fucking short that time is on earth? 75 years? And then a third of that time you're supposed to sleep, at least, right? You're supposed to sleep 8 hours a day. That's already a third of the fucking day gone. So you've been sleeping in your life at least a third of the day. And then most people spend 8 hours per day at their job, 5 days a week. So now, and even more than that, some people work 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I heard of lawyers working 80-hour weeks. So you are at the job more than you are at home in your bed sleep. This shit is crazy to me. Capitalism is not sustainable, and nobody can argue me down about that point. There's no way that human beings can continue down this path as Americans. Like, we are so work obsessed. I'm tired of it. Especially being an active duty military. I'm serious. I gotta keep it real. Next year I'm getting out. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of being overlooked because I don't play into the politics. I'm not a brown noser. I'm not about to let you know all my damn business. Like, I got a lot of messy, nosy ass coworkers, and I'm just tired of it. And when you decide that you want to be mature, responsible adult, and you want to do your motherfucking job, and you don't want to engage them in their bullshit, they decide that, oh, you're not a team player, so we're not going to promote her. Just give her a promote. Don't score. Don't give her a 3 or 4. Just give her a 2 on her EPB rater review. Like, man, it's time for me to find entrepreneur opportunities. I'm not saying that I'll never work another 9 to 5 or I won't work again, but it's gonna be on my time. It's gonna have to pay me. They're gonna have to compensate me financially for to the point where I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, which I'm not right now. But I'm just saying, like, I actually want to take vacations. I want to enjoy myself with the little precious time that I have here on Earth, because tomorrow is not promised. I'm tired of being stressed out about this job. I'm tired of it being 7 p.m. at 8 p.m. at night, and I'm getting text messages from my fucking supervisor. I think they're actually trying to put a law in place in America where once you leave your job site, your boss, I don't give a fuck what it is, they are no longer allowed to text you because it's harassment. Like, look, the things that they be saying in these text messages, it's not life or death, limb or eyesight, okay? It's some petty shit that could have waited the next following morning. Are you, bitch, I've been at work all day for 9+ hours. You could have told me some shit when I was at work with your goofy ass. Human beings did not evolve to work 9 to 5s. Let me tell you something. 100, 150, 200 plus years ago or so, back in time, my mother, your father, your great 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 mother and father, your great 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 grandparents, our ancestors, this is what they were doing. The men and the women both worked, right? The women would work at home. They would cook, clean, take care of the children. And they also would do outside work from the home, as like a little side hustle. They would knit, they would sew, they would sell paintings, they would tend to a garden, they would sell meat, things like that, spices and things like that, depending on each region, of course. Men, of course, they would fix boats, make boat materials, automobile materials. They would do roofing. They would lay brick down. They were concrete. They were carpenters. They would do these things, and they were doing it for their family. We used to have a barter system. There was no such thing as a dollar. I think they used to be like silver coins back in the day, but usually it was a barter system. You give me this for that. If it was a fisherman, right, he would fish for, again, he would make his own motherfucking hours as a grown ass man. He would say, I would get up at fish. As a man, he would say, I get up at 10 a.m. Catch me about 20 fish per day. After I catch me 20 fish, either take me 2 hours, an hour, 3 hours. After I catch them down 20 fish, I sell them. Or I either sell them, or he would trade or barter them for some milk, some bread, whatever he needed. They would do that trade. He would take his ass home to his wife and children, and he would relax or do other work. Of course, back in them days, they didn't have technology. They had to also do other things. But still, he was on his own time, and it was fulfilling work because he knew that he was providing as a man for himself and his family and his wife and kids. The women, of course, they would wake up whenever time the baby wakes up, or whenever they decided to wake up, because it was no such thing as a motherfucking boss. They would get up, they would sew, they would sell hats, mittens, coats, they would sell spices, they would sell apples that they had in their gardens, whatever. Again, but you was on your own schedule, and the work that you were doing was fulfilling, because not only were you passionate about that job or whatever trade or skill that you were skilled in, you actually were seeing you were reaping the benefits of your labor. Okay, we wasn't living paycheck to paycheck. No, I baked this much bread, I can barter this out for some fish, or I can barter this bread that I baked, and I can get a half a cup of honey. I can get me some flour. I can get things off of these hands. Okay, And human beings, even though again it was tough, and I'm sure they weren't like as depressed as we are now. I mean, imagine like you working at a motherfucking office job. You don't see no sunlight for at least 8+ hours per day, and you pushing pens and pushing paper and figuring out numbers and shit about shit that you don't care about. You working for Apple and you just gotta like you're an actuary. You just gotta look at the financial documents and statements, just making sure that the rich as fuck already boss is not going into debt. That's not fulfilling for you. And yeah, you might get some perks, some medical care, some dental, eye vision care, and a good check. You're making like $70,000 a year, but again, like it's not fulfilling. And then like you got to do whatever this asshole boss tells you to do. A lot of people have horrible bosses. It's been said that work violence in the workplace has skyrocketed in America these past few years, especially after the COVID lockdown. When people returned back to the office, people was getting their ass beat because people are tired of the bullshit. Okay, even though a lot of people like was like, yes, we need to go back to the office. I finally have structure in my life. A lot of us was like, girl, no. Okay, I can do without it. And again, it's like, you know what? Working for people is not for me. It doesn't end well. And I'm a great worker. I'm very dedicated, loyal. Every job I ever worked in, they said, Geneva, we can depend on you. You're dependable. You're reliable. You're very responsible. That's what every job said about me. And like, really, it's like I never really was rewarded for the work. I'm always overlooked. When they see me that I'm a hard worker, I have a strong work ethic. I'm just rewarded with more work and overlooked. Just like I know whoever watching this video, I know you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about because you have the same experiences. But going to work.